There is one specific reason you are paying for 5 different AI subscriptions right now, and it has nothing to do with the models being better. It is purely because the free market is betting you will not look closely enough to find the alternatives. The average knowledge worker is currently spending over $240 a year just stacking basic AI subscriptions. That is the absolute minimum floor, and most people are paying a lot more without realizing it. A certain kind of professional just hands over their credit card for the standard suite of AI tools because it feels like the path of least resistance. But the people who actually understand this space stopped doing that a year ago. Let us look at the first tool. Perplexity is a conversational answer engine that does something your normal search engine refuses to do. It reads the live internet, synthesizes the data, and gives you a clean answer with clickable sources. Instead of giving you a list of links to sort through, it synthesizes information from multiple sources. You can focus your searches specifically on academic papers, YouTube transcripts, or narrow it down to exact domains to get hyper-specific data. When you put standard search up against Perplexity, the difference in efficiency is obvious. Standard search forces you to do the synthesizing. Perplexity does the reading for you and hands you the footnotes, rendering most basic summarization tools entirely obsolete. Here is where we hit a hard pattern interrupt. The biggest problem with cloud AI is that you are feeding corporate servers with your private data. Nvidia ChatRTX solves this by running entirely on your local machine, completely offline. It costs $0 a month, and gives you 100% data privacy because your queries never touch a server. The trade-off is that you need at least 8 gigabytes of video memory to run it smoothly. If you are handling financial documents, proprietary code, or sensitive client data, uploading that to a cloud server is a massive liability. ChatRTX gives you a capable local assistant without the $20 monthly tax. There is a specific type of creator who quietly canceled their Midjourney subscription last quarter and never looked back. They reached a point where they noticed how good the open-source alternatives have become. Tool number 3 is Ideogram. If you have ever tried to get an AI image generator to spell a word correctly, you know exactly how frustrating the paid models can be. Ideogram was built specifically to solve this problem. Ideogram provides free access to their V1 model, which currently boasts near-perfect spelling accuracy when generating text inside images. The free tier gives you 100 prompts a day, which is plenty for most daily tasks. As one digital artist put it, the functional gap between what you get with a paid subscription and what you can get for free has basically closed. You just have to know which tool actually specializes in the output you need. And here is what nobody mentions about audio production. You do not need to pay for expensive royalty-free libraries anymore. Suno AI completely changes the math for background tracks, sound effects, and jingles. The free tier of Suno generates up to 10 full audio tracks every single day. That is 300 complete, high-quality audio assets generated for you every single month. 0 licensing headaches included. You can generate custom background tracks for your videos, mock up specific sound effects, and switch between completely different genres instantly. Just remember, you only retain commercial usage rights if you eventually decide to upgrade. Honestly, subscription fatigue is a real psychological drain. Keeping track of $5 or $10 charges every single month creates this background anxiety. Removing them clears up mental bandwidth that you actually need. Which brings us to the final tool, Hugging Face. If you are paying for an API to access specific language models, you are completely missing the point of what Hugging Face actually does. Hugging Face hosts hundreds of open-source models and provides free inference endpoints. You can write 3 lines of Python and hit a powerful language model without ever providing a credit card or hitting a paywall. They host over 500,000 open models. You get free serverless inference access to test them out. The only limitation is that the free tier is metered, so it will rate limit you if you send too many requests at once. Paid APIs are necessary when you are operating at an enterprise scale. But for testing, learning, and building prototypes, Hugging Face gives you unrestricted access to the exact same class of open models without the metered billing. When you add up the search add-ons, the $20 cloud AI tax, the image subscriptions, the audio libraries, and the API testing costs, you are looking at saving well over $1,000 a year. Here is the honest trade-off. Free tools require a slight time investment to learn their interfaces. What you are actually paying for with a subscription is convenience and a slightly smoother user interface, not necessarily raw capability. As one open-source developer bluntly put it, the people who refuse to learn new interfaces will just continue paying subscription taxes to subsidize development for the rest of us who actually look for alternatives. If we look at the timeline, 2 years ago, paid tools held a massive, undeniable quality gap over free models. By last year, open-source equivalents matched their baseline capabilities. And today, niche free tools are actively outperforming them. If you want to deploy this stack right now, start with Perplexity for research, ChatRTX for private documents, Ideogram for typography, Suno for your audio needs, and Hugging Face for your API testing. There is a window right now where this free stack gives you a massive financial edge, and most people completely miss it. The convenience of paid tools will eventually force these free tiers to close up. Enjoy the leverage while it lasts. There is a very specific type of operator who reads the docs once and realizes they never need to pay for a baseline subscription again. You now have the exact map to do the exact same thing.